So domains, hosting, and WordPress setup, that's all sorted. So now we need to get some content on these sites. Before you kind of go about writing your copy, what you probably want to do is set up these domains in a way that basically you don't want to have to log into all of your different installations of WordPress in order to post articles to. So the setup which you kind of want to go for is to get a central hub where you can post your content and then distribute it down across your network sites. So again, there's loads of tools out there to do this sort of stuff. Most of them are kind of overkill for what we really needed to do, so just got this simple kind of plugin which you can download if you want to use it. Basically, you install that on a central WordPress installation, so you keep that site private, put it on a subdomain or a block Google from it, that sort of stuff, and install the plugin on there. It doesn't need to be on the network sites. And put in all the details of all of your different blog networks sites, and then you get the normal kind of posting screen, but on the right hand side you just basically select which of your sites you want that post to appear on. So it's kind of seems like a small point, but cutting down on that sort of admin going between sites is kind of really big if you want to scale up this network. Okay. So, I mean, the content itself is going to be a challenge because, let's say you want to launch with 5 or 10 posts on each of your domains. If you've got 50 sites, that's like 250 articles that need writing. So it's not a small task. I don't think it's something that you want to be cutting corners with. I would really avoid using stuff like spinning and these kind of auto-posting WordPress plugins, that sort of stuff. It's just going to degrade the value of your site, and it's really not that expensive to get 250 reasonably decent articles written these days. And I mean, I put quality content on this. You need to be realistic about that. It's not going to be award-winning stuff, but if it's written in English and it's passable, then it's probably going to be better than most of the blogs out there anyway. And again, just stuff trying to make it look more like a real site, linking out to places, so non-commercial sites as well as commercial sites, including images, videos, basic stuff like that. It's just going to really help. In terms of actually getting hold of the content, I've tried loads of different options for this. Obviously, if you can, you want to try and get this for free. So I haven't actually done this, but I know other companies who get kind of work experience kids in or interns in. It's a really good task to get them working on, so lock them in a broom cupboard for 2 weeks and get them writing articles for your network. If you work in your bedroom like me, you're probably not going to be able to get any work experience kids to come to your house, so you probably will have to pay for the content in some way. I've tried kind of all of the outsourcing options like Odesk and People Per Hour and stuff like that, which they work pretty well for other things, but for copywriting I don't think they're great. I really shouldn't have left this to the last because I knew I was going to be running out of time. This is quite a major component of this, obviously. If you've got 50 sites out there which are brand new, there's not going to be any value linking from those sites to your main sites until you've got some links coming into these blogs. So again, if we use the example of 50 sites, say I've worked on the basis of trying to build 100 links into each of those blogs, so that's like 5,000 links. So realistically, you're not going to be able to go out and do that manually, I wouldn't have thought. So you're going to need to look at outsourcing, even automation options. And that means you probably need to get your hands dirty with some tactics which you wouldn't consider using for your main website, but which kind of serve a purpose here because they're cheap and easy to outsource. So things like blog comments, linking in with these other article networks, article marketing, even kind of carefully interlinking your blog if you're sort of careful about it and don't go overboard with that. And pretty soon those sites are going to pick up some authority and have enough kind of juice to pass back and be valuable in linking to your main site. So to sort of finish up with costings, probably should have put this at the start, but I didn't want to scare anybody off potentially. I mean, the numbers on there are just sort of what I think I probably spent roughly on the first 50 sites which I built in this way. Those numbers, if you're agency side, probably don't look particularly scary. If you compare this to the cost of like renting links certainly, or even kind of paying bloggers to publish a guest post, which seems to be happening more and more. Those costs are soon going to add up, and I suppose the thing with this is, if you see it as an investment rather than an expense, then investing in it doesn't seem like too bad an option. So I've kind of flown through and covered quite a lot there. I'll put up a blog post on this in the next few days, link out to some of the things which I've talked about. But yeah, if there's any questions, grab me now or afterwards, I guess.
So we've got time for a couple of questions. Two interesting facts in the meantime. Apparently BrightonSEO is trending in London, and I'm the Jules Holland of SEO, which means I'm going to walk backwards. Okay, that's going to take too long. I'll come around to you, Sam. Everyone, think of questions.
Hey John, thanks very much. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I just had a quick question in terms of the fake names when setting up a domain.
Is that Sam?
Yeah, hey man, how are you? Is that legally dubious at all? Do you happen to know?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean not legally. I think it's you could potentially get your website taken off you by Nominate. It's not going to happen, but yeah.
I was a bit nervous to put in a fake address or fake name or anything like that.
I think you'll be right. I've never had any problems with it, but yeah, it's something to be aware of, definitely.
All right, thanks, mate.
I won't say that out loud. Any other questions? Okay. Oh, I'm coming down the back here. I'm not going to sit on anyone's lap. Well, maybe.
Hi there. I think it's quite a good method of, I find it quite difficult to understand sometimes why you'd want to link build to a brand new network of blogs when you can spend that time. I think it's better invested in just link building straight to the site that you wanted to build anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing is do both. The point with all of this is it's not a replacement for other link building. It's not going to save all your link building woes. It's just another tool in your arsenal. And the way I looked at it was really getting those links, those middle level links I talked about easily, to leave you more time to spend doing the kind of high quality, high value stuff. So yeah, I think if you've got the option, do both. But yeah, I mean, I take your point. It is a lot of work building up links to new sites and quite a lot of sites. But certainly, yeah, the results I've seen have been worthwhile.
Got time for, well, there's two people next to me who want questions, as I'm lazy.
Hiya. You mentioned monetization for these blogs on the blog network. Have you had much success with that?
No, I mean, I'm really sort of thinking further down the line, to be honest. Yeah, I haven't put any of my own ads on any of the sites which I'm working on yet. What I'm kind of thinking is, assuming you're going to keep these sites running 5-10 years down the line, they're going to start ranking for stuff invariably if you're using unique content on them. That's kind of at the point where I'm thinking that they could potentially be monetized, but I'm more thinking of them as a future asset at the moment rather than as something I can monetize right away.
And final question, I'm afraid. I'm sure in the upcoming break, John and all the other speakers will be available for questions.
Hiya. We sort of go the other route, the opposite to you, whereas I hate people producing crap that nobody reads. People do it and they make money and that's fine. But what we tend to do is we actually buy a decent blog and use that and go, right, okay, this one's already making money. See, so you've got $2,500 a year. We would spend that on buying stuff that actually is decent content, works there, and then we can use that. And rather than it just being an investment that we just, spread out $2,500 a year, we're actually making money on that. something that you'd be
Yeah.
interested in having a go at?
Yeah, I mean, I do a bit of that stuff as well, actually, to introduce kind of better quality blogs into the network. I think the thing with this is it's looking at it as a scalable opportunity, and there is a limited supply of decent blogs out there which are for sale, which are making money, and which you can get hold of, I think. I don't know, maybe you've got a better place to get them than I have. So yeah, I mean, again, I think that is a good option. And I take your point about I'm not talking about really crap content. I'm kind of talking about text broker level 4 or level 5 content rather than...
There's a difference between scraping and rewriting what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more SEO go the next route to actually
Fantastic, yeah. I see where we're going there. Tight on time, so I'm going to keep moving. Up next we've got a work...
The problem with it is you end up spending a lot of time managing your writers rather than doing stuff that actually matters. So the solution that I've kind of ended up with is using textbroker.com a lot, which it's possibly a service that people are familiar with. You just go to the website, put in the article titles you want written, and they get distributed to textbroker writers and come back to you. The thing I like about this, again, I mean, the actual content is fairly dubious, but what you can do if you're using a system like this is you can install the textbroker WordPress plugin on your central site. That lets you order all of your content from inside WordPress. Get it written, it's going to get delivered back to your kind of posting screen. And then all you need to do is go in, approve it, and then decide which of your sites you want to put it.